Let's take a look at choosing hair care products that are good for you and good for your hair. That shouldn't be so hard, so please don't be fooled by the obvious stuff, by the artificial fragrances, the pretty packages, and the brand names. Now, here's some problems that might sound familiar. Your hair gets damaged every time you wash it. Did you know that's not supposed to happen? You should be able to wash your hair whenever you want. But then you get a dry, itchy, irritated scalp and your hair doesn't grow fast anymore, or maybe it slows down and you lose some. Well, the real problem is that there are ingredients in there that are bad for your hair. Yeah, surprise, it's a hair product. It shouldn't do that. Well, some of the common ingredients that are bad for your hair, that's a long list. And you'll notice a lot of them have a lot of syllables. They're hard to say, too. Well, the common side effects, well, here we go. Thinning hair and hair loss, dull, lifeless hair, oily scalp, frizzy hair. That's what's happening with some of the hair products that you think you're trying to get that are good for you. Well, the other really big problem is some of those ingredients are bad for your health, too, and that's a big deal. Some of the common ingredients to be really careful about, easy enough to figure out. Sodium lauryl sulfate's been in the news, paraben and all its cousins there. Fragrance, yep, and its nicknames, and some other ones that are really hard to pronounce too, of course. Look out for that. Well, we looked at a survey, and we found that smell is super important to people. It's important or very important when they're picking products. Well, fragrance was on that list, and how could something as desirable as fragrance be dangerous? Well, if you're ready, let's take a look. We did that search out there on the internet and found that fragrance, and yes, by its nicknames too, you'll find it in everything from shampoos to conditioners to even non-hair care products, and it gets a really high hazard rating. That's 8 out of 10. For things like immunotoxicity and neurotoxicity, I don't think that's why you were buying your hair products. If it's rated as a known human immune system toxicant and has moderate evidence of human neurotoxicity, yeah, you can put that one back on the shelf when you're shopping. Looking back on that list, we searched for paraben, and that rating scale says that methylparaben and paraben, you looked at it, 9 and 10 hazard ratings in thousands, no, scratch that, tens of thousands of products out there. So looking at methylparaben in particular, there's that fragrance idea again. As a preservative, turns out you can't get a higher hazard score than that. That's a 10 out of 10 for things like cancer and immunotoxicity again. But then you add organ system toxicity. Yeah, for non-reproductive organs, great. And endocrine disruption, neurotoxicity, that's not why you want your products. So how about some safe products? Well, let's take a look at baby shampoo, for example. That sounds safer. Turns out that despite the nice names and the great descriptions, some of those get really hard, bad hazard ratings as well. So we can keep moving on those. That's the safe ones. So please check your product at home. Make sure you're using something that's safe. You may be surprised at what's in there. So what do? Well, easy to figure out. You know what you don't want in there, so don't take it. Don't use it. Instead, go for ingredients that you recognize, things that you'd be happy to have in you and on you and in your hair. Well, that, and please make sure that any product you're using match the ethics that you really do care about. Things that maybe are vegan or at least have no animal tests, like maybe things that are tested on humans. That sounds like it's going to be safer automatically. If you can, be safe for the environment too. Now, if you're going to be choosing these products, please make sure that it also works. You want products that are rated by scientists and doctors to say, yeah, this will actually do something for you. And our product, Michi Nutrition for Hair and Scalp, that's what we're going for. Hope to see you there.